Welcome to ChessWhiz TV episode 722 or so, give or take 300. Today we're going to play a new chess variant, but it's not a variant rule set. It's just a variant chess position. So for you chess players out there, here's your time to shine. Unfortunately, that's not really me, but hey, I get to play anyway, so you have to watch that. We're going to play something called Knightmare chess, which is where one side has all the knights, and that's more knights than you can imagine until I show you. And the other side has no knights at all. Like, he's completely knightless, 24/7 day. His side really heats up because if there's no, never mind. So let's go to the board editor and take a look at this position. Let's play from here, continue from here. I'm going to duplicate this tab, by the way. Quick trick. Hold on. There's a quick trick in a web browser, which is to right click on a tab and choose duplicate. If you ever want to get two of something, you can, well, I guess you can't get two of anything with that quick trick, but you can get two tabs at the same page. So that's a nice way to preserve the tab if you're going somewhere else. So now I have that board editor up there where you can't see it. So we are playing the non-knights and we're playing against Samarias. Good luck. Good luck, Samarias. I don't even have to tell them the rules. This is so great. I've had many cases where I start off in my chess game and then they cheat, and I noticed that, which is kind of rare. And it turns out they cheated because I didn't really make sure they knew the rules. But in this variant, cheating is not going to be permitted by the engine. We're going to be fully on with proper rules. Okay, so let's see. We've got a lot of knights. Let's fank out these bishops here. I think taking the center is going to be powerful because knights can jump. Closing up the position isn't going to be really useful. So I think I want to have kind of an open position. I think I'd be interested in trading my... Ooh, that's not quite going to work anymore. I'll just castle for now. Interested in trading my bishops for those knights, for two of them. I think that would be good, but I'm actually not sure. If you have insights in the chat, whether you think off the top of your head, whether trying to trade two bishops for two knights is smart, I want to hear your thoughts in the chat right now. And now let's just like add up the score. So if I play f6, e5, he's got 3 attackers, and I've got 2. So maybe rook e, wherever that is, 8. I always say the wrong thing. Then I realized I was streaming that. Pretty embarrassing. Let's play the rook over, and then f6, and then e5, because I want to open something up. Rooks and queens love open chessboards, so let's try to keep the knights out this way. So by opening the center, I can get some space for those pieces. You notice queens are blocked by things, unlike knights. So the less things, the more no blocking. Hope I'm making sense. So let's try f6, e5, open this up, see what happens. If he doesn't capture me and I take him, he might recapture something like that. Pretty disappointing. Didn't get too far with that. I wonder if I could play kind of a lever, though, this way and hit that pawn chain that way. Let's find out what's going to happen here. This is getting exciting. Oh, I also have this where I can skewer his knight against his knight. If he doesn't move his knight, I'm going to take his knight. But if he moves his knight, I take his knight. That's fantastic. Let's see what happens here. A version of Knightmare chess is all pawns are knights. All pawns are knights. We'll have to try that. That sounds kind of fun. Send me a link to a board editor, and I will try that. The computer analysis for this position, we're learning from the chat, has black losing by a rook. Black down by a rook. That sounds pretty bad. So fortunately, I'm a genius chess player, so I'm not going to let that bother me. So I take that. I take this. I'm not a genius chess player. In fact, I'm barely a chess player. Okay, if I put my queen here, look what I'm doing to him. Look at that. He can't even stop me because all these knights are on white. The funny thing about knights, did you not know this? I'm about to tell you something that you already knew, unless you didn't know it. Here we go. Is knights switch color every time they move. Like, look at this. Light square, dark, 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 dark. Hey, why'd you do that? I was busy showing you something. All of those are dark squares, and then once it moves here, then all of its potential locations are light squares. Isn't that interesting? Whoa, that's so cool. Now let's see if I can get my queen trapped here. He's going to play his knight here, and then I can go here, but now I'm not trapped. I'm totally in control of this situation, and I'm going to push this pawn, and then I'm going to push... Ooh. I'll take this, actually, because now I've got an open file. Could be useful. I'm going to push this pawn. Oh, he's letting me take his knight. This could be good. I'll do it. Notice how I thought that through first with the That's a good idea. Think before you act, especially when acting involves saying angry words. That's the best time to think first. So if I just ignore that on the king side over there, and I just take more free knights, this could work pretty well. Okay, I don't think I'm losing by a rook anymore. These two pawns are holding him back. Hmm. Hmm. I'm very happy with this. I'm so pleased that I'm not even noticing that I'm currently drinking urine. Oh, and he's out of time. Just to keep taking things here. Let's give him some time so I can just gloat about how I'm going to promote to a knight and have my first knight away from home. Let's see. How do I play? How do I challenge him? Says Kaino Jin. Kaino, you've never seen ChessWhiz TV before? Oh, I couldn't under promote. What's the shortcut? I think there's like a thing you hold down, like Shift Control Alt W F12, and then you can just. Why is there all this free stuff here? Weird. I've got a lot of free stuff. In fact, I'll trade a queen for 2 knights because he's almost out of knights. Thank you, CDA Marius, for blundering all your things, because that was helpful. And thanks for blundering that as well. This pin, by the way, prevents the pawn from capturing that rook. Because I'm such a good chess player, I am winning. Actually, I'm just the second best chess player in this chess game. Let's see. I'm going to go board editor, duplicate this one. Then I'm going to click, and then I'm going to click starting position. That's going to load up. Now let's try knights instead of pawns everywhere, because the guy threw that out in the chat, and I'm like, that's way better than what I was doing. So we're going to do this instead. I'm going to throw a link into the chat, so if you're watching live and you're the fastest clicker, you can try playing this against the Wiz himself. Quick before I die of old age. Continue from here. If you're not watching live and you're on YouTube, you're going to have a pretty difficult time joining this game. It is possible if you use all of the possibilities in the universe, including time travel. But it's difficult. I don't think you have the right tools for that. Oh, let's change the view. Okay, that's a little worse. Why am I invisible now? Help, help. I think this is stupid. Oh well. Weird. I was trying to make the chessboard bigger because this space down here just shows that I always win. And that's not very useful. I mean, why would you even mention that? It's so true. Let's see. To control the center with knights. That's what it says in the book. Let's see. I think it's hold down shift while you're promoting. It gives you the option, purple heart. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so we're controlling the center. Is there anything great with this queen doing a thing with a thing? Because I'm noticing like my queen is attacking this. Let's just keep bringing knights in. Oh yeah, and my rook is activated as well. Good work, ChessWhiz. Yeah, good play. Okay, so now I'm like, he's pinned and stuff while this is guarding this. Kind of weird. The whole thing is kind of weird. But I feel like I'm controlling the area of the board that's this area. Okay, my voice is doing some weird things these days. I'm not worried about that though, because I refuse to worry. Is this a good move? Seems kind of iffy. Usually there's some synergy between a pawn guarding a bishop and the bishop guarding the pawn, but in this position there's no synergy because there's no pawn. So I think this might not be great, but it could be okay, especially after queen e2. I mean, this is an open file, so he's in danger now. Ooh. Actually, I could just like checkmate him with this move, huh? Oh, that's cool. That would be checkmate. I wonder if he'll prevent me. He does not prevent the check. Oh, he can move over. Well, I still think that's a pretty cool move, bro. Check. Double check. Anytime you discover a check and cause a check, there's only one way to get out of the check, and that is to vomit. Just kidding. And that is to move the king. Usually there's 3 ways to get out of check. You move your king, you block the checking piece, or capture the checking piece. But if there's 2 checking pieces, good luck with that checking piece. So that's why there's that other thing where you, ooh, I got some stuff going on right here. I think I'll take this. I think there was better. I mean, I got good. I think I just took something for free, but there was better. Save the bishop, I guess, right here. Okay, so let's count the knights. 1, 2, 3. No, never mind, there's too many. I got a lot of bishops, though. He doesn't have as many of those, so I think I'm winning. Pin the... Whoa, don't do that. Let's do this way. Oh, yeah, another discovered attack. A discovered attack is where you look at the chessboard, and you're like, I think that's an attack. And you've just discovered it. That's discovered attack. As opposed to unnoticed attack. That's the opposite of discovered attack. Keep bringing my things in here, right? looking good. Because if he takes, I take with queen, and then I'm doing things with my things. Did I just blunder something? Unwind that position. I just blundered my bishop. I don't need bishops to win, do I? Oh, I guess I do. I'm overwhelmed, and I'm discouraged by the loss of my friend Bishop. Because now it's a tie game. We each have 5 knights. How will I win? There is one other possibility. What if I don't win? Let's not consider that. I should build up a checkmate. How about that, guys? I've come up with a great idea. I should probably write a book about this, guys. How to win at chess? Checkmate the opponent. So his king is over here, and that's like all he has in that area is just a king. So all I need to do is go over there with my things and checkmate him. Like my queen can go over here, and then it can not do anything else. Attack the queen. Yeah, and then like the queen can go over here, and now it can go there, which is check. And check is halfway to checkmate. It's the more than half. It's actually 5 knights of checkmate if you just count the letters. But why would I do that if I could take this knight for free? And actually, I could have done that all along because it was guarded over there. Yeah, totally. Better take that. Okay, now if I pin that knight, it's at 2 attackers and there's just 1 defender. This is great. I'll go here. Uh-oh, there's this to worry about. I guess I'll take a free rook. You've got me so worried. I was forced to just take a free rook. That was so stressful. That might have been a good move. Instead of blundering the rook, like that check, might have been pretty cool. This move is cool, though. Perhaps even cooler than what we were just talking about, which I don't know what we were just talking about. That's not my job to know all that crazy stuff. I think this is checkmate. Wow, that was interesting. Other than the blunders and the bad moves, yeah. What do you think? Should we try that one again? Let's try. Oh, I've got a challenger. No, because from position. Let's try the position and then we'll withdraw. This is not Knightmare chess. I don't even see any knights. Probably because knight. Never mind. So let's try this one again. I think I like the first one better. Let's duplicate that. Right click, choose duplicate on your browser tab. It's a pretty good trick. Play this with a friend. By the way, if you want to know the ultimate browser trick, oh, you wish you could have the ultimate browser trick. What is the ultimate browser trick? Is to right click on a tab. Can you see the context menu? You can't, okay. So you've just closed your favorite tab and you're like, whoops, didn't mean to close that favorite tab. Looks like I'm playing the losing position again, down a rook here. I don't think I want to get my queen out right away. But let's do this because it opens the center. And then you right click on the tab and you choose reopen closed tab. It's the closest you could ever get to just like time travel mode. You can get your closed tabs back. And it's great. If you sit down on the computer, like, I wonder what the last guy was doing on this computer. You just right click the tab, reopen closed tab. Oh, he was shopping for Furbies on Amazon. That's really fascinating. Glad I did that. Pretty good ninja trick right there. We got another. Oh, we got a free knight. Thank you for that. I appreciate this guy's generosity. I'm winning by about 500, which is probably the reason. 500 is how much I'm ahead right now. If you just look at the score, like I'm at about 1,756. He's about 1,102. So I'm ahead by quite a bit, and that's the reason for these excellent free pieces. I'll play this over here. Ah, stupid! Don't do that. Generally speaking in chess, you should not move a piece after you've moved it if you're still bringing your stuff out. Like this rook is not very out right now. So I should not be moving a bishop that's already been moved. Oops, I just did. Because you've got better things to do with your moves. Does that make sense? Good. If you just follow that rule, you'll become a chess player who's a little worse than me. And that's actually really horrible, so never mind. This is, by the way, a fake rating, 1756. My real rating is 17,056. I just keep it low so that when I'm streaming, people don't feel too inferior, because people don't like to feel inferior. And also, I don't look at the chessboard because I just say inane things. That's really the point of the show, is just saying stupid stuff. And so because of that, sometimes I make bad moves that I wouldn't have made if I was actually paying attention. That's what everybody says, but I'm a person, so I'm saying it too. Yeah, this is my real rating. When I focus, I'm 1,000% better. So, oops, I just traded my queen for a knight, but that's just part of my strat. You know what I mean? Yeah, actually, that was a mistake. I might lose now that I've made that brilliant move. But if I just use these rooks, I'm only losing by 1 material. Oh, thanks for the knight. Material point, if you count the points by material. And now I'm winning, so whatever. Move back over here, I guess. Since he unpinned himself. I've got this. Ooh, I can't do that. Let's just get these pawns into a shapey shape here. ChessWhiz, says Mangotown Plaza. Highlight your rating and then right-click and then inspect, and you can change your rating to say whatever you want. Wow. Wow, that's the best chess trick in the universe. Right-click your rating and choose inspect. Okay, and then you're like, that's my rating. And then, okay, so I can see the web page. And let's just fix this rating here. 17,056. There we go. Now my rating is 17,056 the way it should be. Thank you for that trick. You can always fix any typos in your ratings like, that's 10 times too small. Let me fix that. Yes, I'm so glad I'm covering my other rating with my face here because I can't change my view. See? Oh, you can't. Oh, 17. That's 17,000 right there. Yes, it is. Is 1, 7. Yep, that's 17,000. Okay. I don't know why we're still playing. This is stupid. That was a very bad move because now he's going to be attacking my rook and my bishop at the same time. Never mind. He doesn't want to do that. It would be too smart. So let's just trade my bishop for a pawn. Why would I do that? I'm not stupid. Just kidding. I'm pretty stupid because I could have checkmated him in one move instead. With this move, he couldn't go here or 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 here. That would have been checkmate. Now, I'm a nice guy, so I wouldn't checkmate my opponent. I mean, come on. Let's actually just checkmate him. This will be checkmate now. Same as before. Only this time I'm noticing it, so that's good. Checkmate, Jimmy X. Black is victorious. Oh, I got another challenge from Narek. Let's see if he got some knights on the board. He got knights on the board. Okay, Narek, I guess I'll try this with you. Good luck, winking face. See that over there? What did I put on that? Oh, it's like a double chin guy. He has to lay off the fries. Okay, so it's just all knights and kings, which means a super, super boring position. So I think I'll just pre-move all my moves. To pre-move is to move on the opponent's turn. Saves you a lot of time because it's never your turn. So for example, we each have 3 minutes on our, whoops, I didn't pre-move, 3 minutes on our clock. Let's pre-move this now. So that means the game could take up to 6 minutes. However, with pre-moves, up to 3 minutes because it's never my turn, so I'll just stay at 3 the whole time. That's, oops, I didn't pre-move. Let's pre-move this now. That's a great strat. Like if you have to go potty really bad, you can just pre-move and then the game will be quicker. Pretty good strategy right there. I invented that one myself one day when I had to go potty really bad, but whatever. Pre-moving actually is its own game. It's got its own strategy around it. If you're playing chess OTB, which stands for over the bunk, I think, then there's no such thing as pre-moving because you're not allowed to touch and move your piece until they push their clock, and so you really have to wait. However, I kind of want to do that, but I'll do this. In online chess, pre-moving is so critical. Like, for example, let's say you're out of time almost. Let's say you're almost out of time. Take. Let's do all the takes. Take. And then here, forking all the things. He's in trouble here and here. And then you have a choice between a position where he can't make any threats and a position where he can make a ton of threats. Now, pre-moving is super powerful when they can't make any threats because they can't make any threats. So anything they do, you're safe with your pre-move. Does that make sense? Of course, because every time I speak, I use my crystal clarity, and that allows you to understand everything I say. Whereas if they have threats, then you need to respond to those threats. You can't just, do anything. Right? Of course not. You can't just do anything. For example, you can't fly up to 50 feet in the air, which, by the way, I proposed that as a superpower to my friend. I'm like, would you rather have invisibility or would you rather be able to jump up to 50 feet in the air? And he's like, ooh, what's this? I'm in checkmate. That was stupid. He says I would not like to jump up to 50 feet in the air. I'd probably just fall to my death. It wasn't jump, it was teleport. Bob, what are you doing? These guys are just messing up the position. Well, we're having fun, though. I mean, it was teleport. Rewind the story. Would you rather have invisibility or be able to teleport up to 50 feet in the air? But he phrased that a different way than I meant. Instead of being like a quantity that can be 50 or 20 or 40, you know, it's up to 50. He just took up to mean like in the direction. So it was like, if you teleport, you're dying of falling. So that was an awkward conversation. Is that a free bishop? Thank you. Man, the chess, the chess is a little suboptimal. However, yeah, actually everything is suboptimal. Never mind. What are we doing here? We're moving knights. We're constantly moving knights. What's happening in the chat? It says, ha ha ha. That's some pretty good commentary right there. What else does it say? This one is called the Royal Stables. Okay, 3 knights, check. Can 3 knights beat a king? Yes, 3 knights can checkmate a king. Good question. I can't really move my things without losing them. That's awkward. Let's just keep developing. Let's keep moving my things here. I know you can't checkmate with king and knight versus king, but what about king, knight, and knight versus king? Yep, totally can. I refuse to watch suboptimal chess, according to this guy. Okay, well, that's awkward because you're doing it right now. What if I checkmate him? Is this going to be somewhere near checkmate? It's not really checkmate, but it's kind of a skewer, but he would just block it, but... Let's see what happens. See, I've got some interesting things. Like, this is pretty interesting if my bishop could jump. So let's imagine bishop can jump. Okay, so now he's pinned. So now I've created a pin, which I will now capitalize on with the shift key. Get it? No, this rook isn't guarded. See that? So now this is pinned. So now I can do something crazy like... this. Hold on, I have to think, which is extremely rare for me. If I move my bishop here, if he takes it, he loses a rook. But if he doesn't take it, then his pinned piece is under attack. There's this great saying in chess, which is 3 words, very easy to remember. It goes like this. Attack pinned pieces. It's actually a great rule of thumb. If there's a thing that's pinned, like this knight, you should find a way to attack it. Simple analogy. It's very difficult to punch someone who's running away from you. However, if they're holding still, it's much easier. So that's kind of like pinned pieces. They can't move, so you just punch them. That makes sense? Great. You're probably learning a lot about chess from this show. Like, punch people who are not moving away from you. That's a great life trick. Life tip. The best person to punch is the person who's not currently running away from you. And this guy has a serious problem. He's got a knight under attack right here. And he's got a knight under attack right here. So he's pretty much dead. I also now am threatening to say something stupid. I'm gonna take that with the rook, and then I'll take his rook for free. And if I say something stupid, he'll be overwhelmed by my supreme stupidity. Oh, my bishop is under attack twice. Well, I'll deal with that by ignoring it. Very powerful way. Some of my ancestors deal with their problems that way. Certain people in the lineage of my family, they're like, a problem? I don't see any problem. Like, the house is on fire, and they're like, this room is not on fire right now, so we can ignore any other rooms currently. We're not in them. That's an analogy. My house is rarely on fire. There was one episode where it's like, I have to stop the episode. Hold on. My house was on fire in that episode. I don't remember the number. I'm sorry. You have to watch all 421 previous episodes to find it, which you won't do, so I guess I could just say whatever I want. And you can't validate whether it's true or not. But the other day, my house was on fire. Never mind. Oh, if he'd gone this way, he could have. Never mind. He can't go that way. I think I'm checkmating him. Is this checkmate? No, why not? Where's he going to go? Here? What? Kings can move diagonally? Crazy. Let's just checkmate him this way. Checkmate while forking. Wow, that's exciting. I'm excited right now. And I'm going to take this another challenge. This one from C. Demarius. We're not really playing the position I wanted to play, so I'm going to decline this. It's weird anyway, and I can't tolerate weird things. That's why I never look in the mirror. So we're just going to go back to this one. We're going to continue one more time from here. This might be our last game. I'm looking for an opponent from the chat right now. I see several familiar faces in the chat. It's weird that your usernames are actually faces. Mango Town Plaza says, oh yes, I remember. That was a recent episode when your house was on fire. I don't think so. There was also an episode where I was drinking water, and then I accidentally poured all of the water onto my lap. That I definitely don't remember that episode. That would be terrible to remember that one. I think this is going to be a very close game. I want all the center, which I'm happy to see that I have. Let's just play f6. Since he's using pawns, I can use knights to great effect. Imagine I said that the other way around, because knights don't like to trade with pawns. So, for example, he can't trade anything without doing something he doesn't like. Meanwhile, I can just I can do that. Okay, so he's getting to this area, but look at that, my pawn is preventing all things. Now what? I like the fianchetto. Fianchetto, I like it. Maybe I should do that over here too. He says I can't castle. I can't castle. Yeah, that's funny to me because he's blocked all his pawns. Usually I try to say things to make you laugh in this show, but right now I'm the one laughing because this guy, he blocked all his pawns and then he's like, this is so stupid, which is what I say when I look in the mirror. I actually watch my own episodes afterward because I'm like, I need something funny right now. I know. I'll just look at myself. And I watched my own episode. Wow. Wow, that was wow. And then I realized that my show is not as great as I thought. It's actually, if you're thinking about getting into videography, YouTube, or doing some streaming, I would highly recommend watching your own material. Even if you're like, I know what I did in that. I don't need to watch that. Watch it from the perspective of a viewer because you can learn a lot about what works and what doesn't work from experiencing it a second time. And also don't speed up the playback. It's very tempting. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't know about that, there's a gear over there. Click the gear and then click speed, and then you can speed up the playback. And your life will flash faster. It's good to speed up playback of other people's material. However, your own, don't do that. You kind of miss the nuances. Is that a free pawn? I think that's a free pawn. What's the downside? No downside. I can't lose a knight because I don't have one. Ah. Does this work very well? I don't think so. Therefore, I am not so. He has too much. However, if I could build up to that with this, I could actually be getting something here. I'm getting something here. This is good. Okay. Ah, he's escaping. Okay, so I want an open position. Right now, all 8 pawns are on the board for both sides. That's not very open, but let's open it up. Is there any risk of my queen getting trapped? So the queen can easily get trapped when surrounded by 8 knights, 7 knights, however many this is. So watch these squares. Looking okay. He's not getting into those. So he can't attack the queen. In fact, his knight might get trapped. See, take. I think I'll capture toward the center. I'm not sure, though. Maybe I should capture away. The rule of thumb. If you want to become a better chess player, you should learn this one. If you have a choice with 2 pawns, capture toward the center. That's the rule of thumb, because pawns in the center files are more useful. They can do things like attack squares that you care about. But pawns on the side, like look at this pawn, look how lame it is. It can only attack 1, which isn't even plural, just 1 squares. And it can't attack over here to the I file because it's not there. A free knight, thanks. But a pawn in the center, it attacks twice as many squares. So generally, always capture toward the center. Unless there's some reason like, oh, a queen for free over here, I guess I'll do that instead. So there are exceptions to the rule, but that's the rule that has the exceptions. Take, and then, yeah, I'll take this, and then I'll trade my bishop. Oh, he proposes a take back. Okay, I love taking proposals. One of these days, someone's going to be like, hey, you want to get married? And I'll be so used to just taking proposals. I'll be like, that's a great proposal. And what's happening? That's the way I'm going to get married. Never mind. I didn't mean to say that. Okay, so I took a knight for free. I like that part. And then he took that pawn. Okay, so this is where we are. I got a knight for a pawn. What's going to happen next? I think I'm going to make a chess move next. So if I take this, I have got the more pawns, but I'm having a big problem with this bishop. It's not doing things. So let's push this. Try to stir up some stirring here. Do I take that now? Okay, I'll take it. Oh, it's checked. Fantastic. Thanks for lighting up his king so I could notice that. Then I'll push here. I'm going to put my bishop over here where it's a little bit bishopier instead of just blocked. But bishops do not like to defend pawns from behind. I mean, from behind is always a bad thing. I mean, you're like, I like to eat breakfast from behind. Doesn't sound pleasant, right? But bishops especially, generally speaking, your pieces, like your rooks and things that aren't rooks, they don't like to guard pawns. It's just a stupid thing to do. it's kind of like working for McDonald's. Like, you could be doing something more with your life, like checkmating, man. And so don't let your pieces do that. You know what should defend pawns? Other pawns. That's right. Now you are a pro chess player. Oh, look at that. His knight is pretty squeezed. I'm dominating this game. So one thing I could do is take this knight, but why would I do that when I get attacked 5 knights at the same time? Wham, 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 wham. Okay. He has 5 knights under attack. This calls for an uncontrollable giggle. Okay, that's the only free one. How disappointing. Oh, there was that one. Should have taken that one. We're a little low on time. He resigns. That was awesome. Great finish to the show. If I play another game, I might lose. That would be disappointing. So we'll just stop here. That was pretty fun. But the next episode, if you go to chesswiz.tv/calendar, you'll see, you'll see ChessWhiz TV. You'll see this webpage and it'll say up next. Sunday, July 1. We will play a chess variant where pieces can only capture within their own quadrants. That sounds dry, so don't watch that one. Never mind. But still, whatever. That's all you get. Oh, that was fun. That was fun, though. Thanks for joining us. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com, and you can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv. And then there's also this website called Patreon where you can give me money for free. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.